One of the most effective ways to achieve success is to emulate those who have been successful before you. It's not a matter of simply imitating. I mean, after all, we are all unique and must stay true to our own values. But although we must forge our own path, following the examples of those who came before is a reliable way to improve the odds of a successful outcome. And medicine is no exception. This course is not a living, breathing organism, but it is constantly evolving and changing. What you're currently watching is the third major revision, and there have been many smaller revisions as well. We will be regularly updating and expanding the course, so check back often and use the contact page of the Med School Insider's website if you have any questions, concerns, or suggestions. We take all feedback very seriously because it helps us improve. In this course, we'll cover everything you need to know from the first day of college to the day you get accepted to medical school, including not only how to survive in the cutthroat pre-med culture, but thrive in it. After helping thousands of pre-med students, our team has noticed a common problem. Many students don't have the proper guidance from day one, and this often leads to suboptimal medical school application performance. Too often, we see students that waited too long to get started on research, letters of recommendation, or didn't think big picture when planning out their MCAT study strategy. Most commonly, suboptimal study strategies from first year put them in a hole with their GPA that is difficult to dig out of as they progress to sophomore and junior year. I'm the first physician in my family, or rather the first person to go into healthcare at all. So I understand how confusing and daunting it seems because I was there not too long ago. This is the course that my team and I wish we had back when we were in college. We've all made mistakes in this journey, but we're going to make sure you don't repeat them. This course is divided into 7 main sections. Right now you're watching the first section, Building a Foundation, where we'll cover the key elements to consider before you dive into the process. We'll prompt you with important questions to ask yourself, give you the big picture process, and lay the foundation so you know what it is that medical schools want and don't want, and then use that information to your advantage. In part 2, Core Foundations for all students, we'll cover the importance of systems in generating the results you desire. And no, motivation is not the answer. It's fickle, temporary, and won't actually reliably bring you closer to your long-term goals. We'll talk about the common mistakes that derail so many pre-med students and how to avoid them, and help you cultivate the fundamentals that will yield compounding returns for your entire college career and medical school application process. In part 3, we'll talk about the freshman year of college. What major should you choose? What sort of plan is appropriate or inappropriate at this time? What are the main goals and outcomes you should be optimizing for in your first 6 to 12 months of college? What about extracurriculars? We'll cover all that and much more. In part 4, we'll be talking about sophomore year. This is where the pressure builds and we begin to differentiate ourselves from other applicants. You'll also start thinking about the MCAT and generate a plan of attack. In part 5, it's junior year, what many consider to be the most challenging year of college. You'll be starting your upper division courses, take the MCAT, and will likely be submitting your medical school application at this point. Don't worry, we're gonna make it streamlined, straightforward, and something you'll be excited to tackle. In part 6, we'll cover senior year. What happens during the actual medical school application process? Even if you've perfected the first 3 years of college, it won't mean anything without a proper approach to the medical school application. Lastly, in part 7, we'll cover some final lessons. What should you do if you're not going straight through and want to take a gap year or 2? What are some common mistakes to avoid? We'll also cover the next steps to make sure you end up where you want to be. The process of gaining acceptance to medical school is an impressive undertaking, not one to be taken lightly. It can be a daunting task, leaving one wondering, where do I even start? But fear not. There is a method to the madness, a process which has produced consistent success for countless aspiring doctors in the past. We at Med School Insiders are excited to bring you our most detailed account of how to get into medical school from day one of undergrad all the way to acceptance. By following this timeline, you'll be in a fantastic position and well on your way to becoming an amazing doctor or surgeon. There's a tremendous amount of content in this course. Do not expect to go through this entire course in one sitting and retain all the information. Rather, this course is designed to help you plan and execute a highly successful pre-med college career. Refer back often, visit the private Facebook group to connect with our community, including myself, and use our template as a guide.